If a supplement doesn't simplify your life, it's not doing its job. And most people don't understand. You want to affect your mood? Focus here on your gut. 70 to 80% of your immune system is influenced by your digestive tract.
We can scroll and see the latest trend on nutrition and the latest trend in diet, and we can go to the supermarket and see just a whole host of shelves filled with supplements. It's very overwhelming. How have you seen this evolution?
Well,
Mark, what do you think people still misunderstand today in 2025 about their health and wellness?
Well, today everybody's looking for the shortcuts and the hacks and ways to save them time and money. And I appreciate those things, but a lot of times you get caught into these marketing traps of, oh, you want this specific type of unique diet or this high number of protein or this, and you're always trying to chase different fleeting interests when really you're just trying to find balance for yourself and what works best for you. So MRM tries to take those two confines of where are you at in your health journey and what constraints do you have on your time and money and so forth, and what's going to get you the best bang for your buck to get you to the next plateau. And so you can keep improving your diet and keep improving your life and the wholeness of your life, which includes sleep, your relationships, your spiritual life, amount of exercise, the type of exercise, the joy you get from that exercise. So all these are important facets to remember in the wellness journey.
Yeah, you said it, journey. It definitely is about that. I mean, since you founded MRM, a lot of things have changed, even as consumers. It's very overwhelming because now media is accessible. Very accessible, where we can scroll and see the latest trend on nutrition and the latest trend in diet, and we can go to the supermarket and see just a whole host of shelves filled with supplements, and that can overwhelm and confuse consumers, right? So how have you seen this evolution especially with moms and how they shop for the well-being of their family?
It's the dissemination of information. And moms are always wanting to do best for their family and themselves. So they're told, well, the best mothers do it this way and they buy these products and their kids eat like this. And a lot of manipulation's gone on, but the time-tested elements of, communication and sitting down with your kids and talking about nutrition and making it fun. And my mom used to bait us with, whoa, protein makes your muscles big and carrots make your eyesight good. And so you start to learn these things, and really what you're doing is arming your kids with their own knowledge so that when you're not around, they can make good decisions. And they can take pride in those decisions. And it's not because it's bad for you, but it's because it's good for you. And you can turn the tables on all this negativity of you need to be like this and you need to be like that, or do this fad or follow this trend, when really you just need to do what's best for you. And you set goals for, what you want to accomplish and what time constraints you have. So you set realistic goals. Remember, there's lots of forgiveness in food and so forth. So there's a 24-hour reset, and you can always improve your diet the next day. And that's what I rather people just focus on instead of fear of anything. Because a good, strong, robust gut can handle anything. And to get people to that position in their journey just makes the rest of their life so much better.
I agree. And it's really about learning and knowing yourself and just improving along the way, as you've shared. And especially, a lot of MRM clients are moms, and they want their best for their children. Of course, how have you seen sort of the evolution of consumerism shift in a way where it impacts the whole family?
Well, given the pace of our world and the limitations that especially moms, have on their time constraints and their energy requirements throughout the day requires a lot. So trying to find little hidden tricks to help moms to increase the nutrient value of their pantry, their selection of food for their kids. Because when their kids are bored, they're going to the pantry. So what you put in there is going to be reflective of the journey you want them to take. So put in a little effort, make food fun, talk about finger foods and how they can be stronger and smarter and have better lives.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And have fun with it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. And why would you say that just day-to-day people, especially children, should look at taking either supplements or superfoods to enhance their daily life?
Well, the fact that I'm a big fan of superfoods is because you're already giving them natural forms of vitamins and it's built into the plants, and all we're doing is condensing it and keeping its nutritive value. So it's like giving them a multivitamin, but it's food. And they're chewing it. And so it activates their immune system and their digestive tract. And all these things you need to have a healthy digestive tract. And of course, 70 to 80% of your immune system is influenced by your digestive tract. And of course, we have more serotonin made in our digestive tract than in our brain. And most people don't understand. So you want to affect your mood, focus here on your gut.
That's so important. And even people call it, and scientists call it, the first brain.
That's right.
Right? Because the first thing that we do when we put food in our mouths, it goes into our stomach and it digests and goes to the rest of the body, which is why it's so crucial to look at what we're eating, especially now and in the long term. So how do you see today's food regulations shifting, and how do you think that's supporting the American nation?
Well, I see that it's actually reflecting our values and what we've been wanting to do, and to see them turn the tide on the influence of money and economics and forcing us to put out a little effort to not use these artificial ingredients that have side effects and so forth, be it long-term at low doses and whatnot, to actually put out more effort and maybe a little more money on process and so forth, and we can come up with some tremendous things. And so government's kind of pushing the hand to get some of these artificials out of our consumption. I know exposed through the atmosphere and our environment, we're trying to clean that up. Well, the last frontier is what we're putting in our body. So that makes more effect on you than anything external. So really, I'm just excited that the focus is really getting back to real food and finding balance. And it's not a life of cheats and hacks to get us a patchwork of this life, and have something that organic and in the flow, and you'll be amazed at what your body can do.
Yeah, that's very important. Now we're going back to more so our roots, right?
Yes.
And the ball is rolling in that direction. So being in this space for, since even before you built MRM Nutrition, how do you see the future trends? Where do you see them moving as far as consumers and their health?
Well, if consumers can not pay attention to the numbers games and a lot of hype that's out there, and just look at nutritive value, and we're still trying to clean up our labels and truth in labeling, and I've been a part of these for 20 some years, so it's fun to see things coming to fruition. And we actually are improving our transparency of what it is we are putting into our body. And, getting back to these ingredients that your grandma knew, because they're chock full of nutrients, because they're not artificial and they're not shelf stable and they're not whatever. So a little effort, but using technology, it's not that much. And it's great to see it all coming to fruition.
Thank you, Mark, for speaking with me on the future of wellness. If you like our video, thank you. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe so you can stay tuned to future videos.